This is not farm equipment.
Just gotta make sure shit gets done right.
Woo! Oh, I see what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, so we gotta have fuel next time.
Hi, about a year ago, Rue got the crazy idea to buy a helicopter.
We are a helicopter transportation specialist. Call us today.
A Rotorway Exec 162 experimental helicopter, to be exact. Grabbing her up from the depths. So we had the ship, but that was just the beginning. After some research, we found out that the company itself, Rotorway, had gone out of business. So it was gonna be tough to get the parts that we needed. We found out that elastomeric bearings were gonna be the most difficult thing to get a hold of. Those are the beasts right there. So Rue started making phone calls. It was during this time that we also flew down to Texas to meet some other Rotorway owners and learn what we could from the community. Since we live in the mountains at such a high density altitude, will this ship even fly? That's the question we're gonna try and answer in this video.
Stephen Langford. He was one of the builders of Rotorex, one of the guys that assembled it.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Stephen, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
So this is pretty quick and straightforward. If I could schedule you to just come out here and let's go through what we need to get some parts, or even if we need to order any parts.
What is your main goals for now? Like, if you want to get like the blades kind of tracked and balanced.
I would say I would schedule you to come out here and we'll go from there.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Safety first. Check all connections, bolts, rubbers, new rubbers on the whole ship.
Oh yeah, it's moving. I think I can see it moving rivets.
There. Boom. Ooh, quite a bit of weight there. Looks pretty stout.
I bet it's a lot lighter than if there was a gearbox right there.
New belt going on.
I'll just pull it towards you to get the slack out. I get it sitting here because I'm tired of holding this thing.
Okay. See, Am, it's no different than working on like a silage truck.
Oh, I know.
You think?
Just gotta make sure shit gets done right.
It's the same as like replacing the belt.
Yeah, sometimes
The
the
chain
silage
belt.
truck, you get done fixing it and then it like breaks down right after you head out.
That's unacceptable.
No, it's unacceptable.
As you can see, the ship's been wiped down. Steve set us a good example, and after we left, he cleaned it all nice and shiny, reminding us that this is not farm equipment. There's 9 belts on this thing. We're waiting on this very bottom turbocharger belt that goes here. Then we can replace the main belts that go right here. There was one belt that was completely wrong, but when Steve got here, he showed us that he actually had to cut the belt up just to install it in the ship. It was too wide. A bunch of small ones that hook the alternator, the water pump. So Rue, what are you working on?
We're doing a post connector to an injection pump.
Sounds interesting. So now Steve's working on the actual blades balancing. Are you trimming it in, or what do you call this?
I'm just averaging the trailing edge so it all has the same kind of pitch. Then we have a baseline to start tracking it, and then when we do actually do the fine tuning of the track to each blade to the other, we'll kind of use these last 4 rivets. It's the most sensitive down here. I got an average of 20, and so I'm getting everything within about 3 thousandths of each other.
Can you explain to us why these two matter? Why these are separate part numbers?
Slave and master.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of track, like when you take this stuff apart, you can have the same blocks go to the same blade.
But does this matter what side of the hub it's on?
No.
Wonder how much longer you actually have to use the term master and slave if we got to change it to like brother
Leader and follower.
It's like boss and employee.
Boss and employee.
I like doing this kind of stuff and getting these things all smoothed out.
Those are the beasts right there. Highly valuable. So elastomeric bearings are basically just a bunch of little copper leaves glued together by a certain kind of elastic. It basically absorbs vibration. Look at this.
It's the old set.
Here, do it slow so the whole table don't shake.
That's just half of it.
See that? That's half of the, yeah.
That's actually bad. That's easy.
That's cool.
Like that actually, There's definitely going to be a lot of flex in that.
That's
Even just
crazy.
forward and back, I bet, like that.
Yep.
Okay, here, I'll hand this bitch to you.
Okay.
Seth, you want to run the side? Hold on, Sophie.
1 second. No, sorry, lag it a little bit. Okay, it's in. Up just a little. Lag it just a little more. Boom. Now keep it right there till I torque this. Beautiful.
Oh, here goes. Taking its own weight.
Ooh, baby.
Pretty
Oh,
sweet.
that thing looks way better with the blades on it.
One step closer. We're on day 3, chopper mechanicing. She's looking a little more put together, Rue. Looking good.
Yeah, a lot of gratitude. A lot of gratitude to the Rotorway professionals that did the groundwork.
And then shout out to Steve, for sure. All the way from Arizona. Drove up here to where it's sleet and snow and ice outside.
Can't figure out what that white stuff is.
So what are you adjusting here? That's
So,
pitch?
We have everything level. We have the main rotor mass level. We have the swash plate level and the collective fold down. So in that position, we should have -2 degrees of pitch on the blade. And it was about 0.9, so we're gonna start drawing it down a little bit. You can see that coming into closer to 2. I'm gonna spin it around and do the other blade over the tail just to kind of keep it consistent.
Ooh. I won't be that close when it's running. That's for sure.
That looks pretty good. And I think now we just lock these down.
Hell, I guess since how that key is wired together, everything is just hot right there. Blit. Everything seems to be in working order.
Gotta give those bearings some lubrication, eh?
Yeah, just clean it out and repack it with some new grease. Some of the newer ones will have a grease zerk in the middle of the slider ball shaft. So you can get some grease in there, but we'll just pack it around and then pack it into wherever we can get. I'll put some right here around the bottom of the shaft.
What do they say? Apply generously?
Mm-hmm.
Pull the handle.
Right.
Lubrication. Lubrication applied. That shaft will be grateful. Super exciting time. We're gonna do our first clear prop on the ship. It's really just run up. We're stretching out the belts. There's gonna be like 3 or 4 or 5 pre-flights before we fly.
Move my truck out of the way and see if it fires up.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this.
You excited, Rick?
Yeah, if it works. We want to start it and just listen to it. And
Let's do that. Okay, now wait. Kill both fuel pumps and then try to start it again just in case it got flooded at all from playing with the throttle.
woo! Should we fill it? Just check the starter and fill it, make sure it feels good and keep going? Or basically, what about a shot of starting fluid?
Oh, I see what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it. Shout out to Flog Industries for the toolbox pack tank.
Up to 100% on the motor, and I imagine that our belts are spinning because I only went up to like 90% on the rotor RPM.
Damn, dude.
That was awesome.
You know, you could see the tip of your blades but now they have lights on them. So one light's gonna be that violet color, and so it'll create like a solid ring. It'll look like a disc. And then the other light, I believe, is green. But you'll be able to see a separation between the two different colors, where you can know which blade's tracking a little high.
So you can see the lights. I'm gonna put the camera right here, and hopefully we can see the lights swooshing by.
Yeah, they're right on top of each other, and if they're not, sometimes they would just kind of switch sides like that, you know? It was, they're like perfect right there.
All right, now it's a run up. That is so cool.
Should I get in there and start it up and then just get it light on the skids?
I'll get it light on the skids.
That's what you do.
We got it pulled away from the building because now we're gonna do run up number 3, where we get it light on its skids to put more pressure on the belt so that they'll do the stretching that they're gonna do, and then we'll take the slack out of them. Setting us yet another good example. Do up your darn safety harnesses.
See if we have enough power. I sure hope you guys got all that shit tight. That's the power to take off at our density altitude.
That's the question we were wondering right there, right? Fucking hovers, dude. Yes! That's a big moment.
Yeah, it all came together.
Steve's smiling. I think he's happy.
Pretty fucking cool.
Dude, what in the hell? That was badass.
It feels good.
I mean, if you're in a hover, it's gonna be a lot less power to head out.
Yeah, I think we got to bleed the water system because it got kind of hot, and so that's why when I got on the ground, it didn't want to keep cooling down, so I ran it up just a little bit to speed up the water pump and cool it off. But other than that, it felt great. It felt smooth and hover. Pretty cool.
You couldn't help yourself, could you?
I
Bring
know.
it up a little bit.
I know I was supposed to just get it light, but I'm like, it wants to fly.
Once it's light, We hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Why don't you hover it?
Should I do it?